all you take that Laura, to think, um, um, that she didn't have one soul ever in 10 years that she was at Luther home. Not one soul ever came and visited her. And then at her funeral, here a sister turns up, and it's kind of sad. I found that. I just guess, do you think I wanted to make these people feel that they were important and that they had stories to tell that were important?
Yeah.
They say your life changes as soon as you tell your lifetime story, then you're a different person. You think that's? Do you think there's anything to that? The gallery used to tell me that the success of Decades of Voices was because you read to these people and got to know them and weren't out there to photograph them, but then as soon as you got to know them so well and they trusted you, and then they just opened up their hearts to me, really. And they really didn't know when I was photographing them. The one with the quilter, that you've always liked, and I just would tell her, I'd say something about, is it okay if I photograph you quilting? And then I said, it'll be a little while because I have to set up my tripod. And she said, and after I'd taken a whole row of 12, she said, will you let me know when you want to photograph me? So maybe that was why that photograph worked, is she didn't really know when I was taking that.
You remember him?
Yeah, I do.
Did he ever come to see you?
Actually.
Yeah? Is that right? Because he just thought you were the greatest.
I know.
Yeah. Wasn't that nice? Somebody in high school that you knew that came to see you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was wonderful. They love to come here. They're so Hi. Hi there. Aren't they lovely to come to see you? Oh, I think they're just so nice.
11 minutes now before 6. I'm Colin Brewer with you here in the afternoon edition on CBC Radio 1 in Saskatchewan. Celebrating an 80th birthday is quite a milestone for anyone. For Thelma Pepper in Saskatoon, it's a doubly important occasion. She's being honored not just for her age, but for her talent as a photographer. For the past 20 years, Thelma Pepper has been a member of the Photographers Gallery in Saskatoon. And tomorrow afternoon, the gallery is honoring Thelma Pepper for the contribution she has made to the art of photography in Saskatchewan. To learn more about her passion for her art, I've reached Thelma Pepper at her home in Saskatoon. Hello, Thelma.
Hi, Colin.
And happy belated birthday.
I had read about it in Maclean's magazine, about this prestigious photographer's gallery with Grant Arnold, and I thought, I don't know what made me go there, but I used to go to see the shows, I was kind of scared of this young group that I knew were different photographers. But Dan Thorburn, when he arrived, he just welcomed me with open arms and just wanted me to join, and he just made me feel so great. And right from then on, he said, "Bring your photography down. We'll look at it." And then when I brought the old pictures down, "Oh, wouldn't you like to have a show?" And of course, I was just thrilled.
What she really wanted to know that day, and I think I was the only one in there that day. It was an afternoon, and she had some photographs in a case or under her arm or whatever, and she said, "You look at some of my photographs," and I got looking at them, and we got talking, and she was very quiet, and she's always in a way fairly quiet, but two things really stood out for me that day. And one was looking at her photographs and what they were about and talking to her about that. But the other more important discussion, part of the discussion was, she said, do you think there's a place for me here? Do you think I'd be welcome here? And part of it was about her age. She thought maybe she was older than other people at the gallery.
And I said to Dan Thorburn, "But I'm so old." And he said, "That doesn't matter. It's what you produce that matters." And so and those young people, they just accepted me with unbelievable, that they made me feel at home. But why did I have this, I wanted to be part of that, because I felt if they could accept my work, I'd be so happy.
From the sounds of it, you're not slowing down at all, are you? You're pretty busy. Tell me what you're up to.
Oh yes, I've had two major shows, and now my husband entered Sherbrooke Home, long-term care home, almost a year ago, and I was so impressed with everything that goes on there that I asked them if I might photograph. So they were delighted, and so I'm trying to find out just how different. There's something different about Sherbrooke, and I want to try to show what's different.
What kind of photographs are you taking there?
I take black and white photographs. I'm trying to show this new philosophy that they have developed there, the Eaton alternative, in which there was a Dr. Thomas, graduate of Harvard Medical School, and he realized that medicines and therapies were not getting rid of the loneliness and boredom and helplessness that was so prevalent in long-term care institutions. So he developed this new philosophy of having a stimulating environment and about having caring communities. I guess what I was always looking for was, what did you do that made you feel good about yourselves? And I guess that came from my background a bit, because you don't get that when you spend your life just bringing up a family. Society doesn't reward you much, do they?
Your exhibits do, and your photographs do concentrate on people. I mean, a lot of people take photographs of landscapes, of nature. What caused you to gravitate towards people photographs?
Well, my father was a very avid, he was just a amateur photographer, but this was in Nova Scotia, and he just loved photographing people, especially when they liked them. He had such a passion for this, and so we had our own darkroom, and I spent a lot of time with him photographing people and in the darkroom with him. So I think that got me interested. When he saw how great these people, how much they liked the photographs, I sort of think that must be part of me too. I really like people.
Her work always talks about, speaks to a quiet place when it's happening. I remember some photographs she was doing of women she would read to at a nursing home in Saskatoon, and she would go up there and read to them. So, and then she started photographing them, and that was fairly early on in the work that I remember also, and it started to become very rich, very interesting work. But always spoke to very quiet. I could just hear her reading quietly to these women who really wanted to hear these books, but all her other images, they seem to be about her maybe going away to some kind of quiet place, whether that was physically a quiet place or whether just a quiet place for her in her mind to kind of think about, well, what's important in these photographs? How do these historical photographs from Nova Scotia fit with me?
What do you tell people when you're there with your camera
Yes.
photographing them? I mean, to make
Yes.
so they don't sort of pay
That's
attention.
right. That's why I've used almost the last year to get to know these people in the different areas, and hoping that they will trust me. And I think they have. I think it's important to get to know them, get to know their names, and they get to know who you are. And so I sort of use that approach.
And is the hope that they just at some point almost ignore you with your camera?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I like with this Candace's music group. I said, you just go ahead, and just as though I wasn't here.
if this has been a tool for her, if photography has just been a way for her to get in, it's been a tremendous opportunity for her, and she just took it. She took it, and she hasn't let go, and I don't think she'll ever let go. It's only one day she'll let go of it, and until that day, she'll still be pushing and pulling herself and saying, "What's this all about?"
There's a picture taken of you with you and Brenda.
And Brent,
And is it Brent? And it's taken by,
Evergone.
and you like that photograph?
That I was so happy. We had to be in groups, and I was so happy, that they accepted me as part of their group. And just imagine, though, to take a workshop from Evergone. It was exciting. It was really exciting. It just changed. You can see how it would change your life.